Everybody, Kurt here with the Internet Time Machine, and if I have the fancy t-shirt on and we're at the whiteboard, it must mean we have a pretty cool idea. And this is a really great idea because it costs you almost nothing to build this list and to get going. In fact, you can probably get it done in less than 24 hours. What I'm talking about is there's a internet marketing trend that going local is the new way to go. Well, going local and getting real clients and meeting with people every month and giving to reports and going out there and cold calling and warm calling clients, there's a word for that, and it's called working for a living. That's been around forever. But I have a new slant on going local that's a lot easier and can build up a much more powerful list. How would you like to get ahead of one of the most popular mobile apps that's out there right now, and yet has no information, no tip sheet, no guide, no rule book, that you can actually give away for free and build a very important list? So let's get started. What I'm talking about is FourSquare. And if you're not familiar with it, it's a mobile app, meaning it goes on your mobile phone, and it's about geographical tracking. You install it, and you're able to kind of go into your city or where you live, explore different places, find out where other people are, and the more you use it and the more places you go to, you earn badges, kind of like the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. So there's a competitive element to it, which opens up the possibility of a guide or a tip sheet. Now, here's the really cool part. We're going to go over to the Internet Time Machine, and I'm going to show you the most searched terms with the word FourSquare in it, yet don't have a lot of results. And then I'm going to show you how cheap it is that no one is advertising on some of these terms, and that you could do a very quick one-page, two-page tip sheet on how to get started on FourSquare and build a list that is super valuable. Because what you'd be building for really cheap money is a list of mobile users who are FourSquare members or interested, and that list has huge value to local businesses. This is where the whole local element comes in, because FourSquare tracks where you go, where you eat, and stuff like that. You could come up with a list of local people to restaurants, businesses that are in their area and using a mobile device, and even maybe reviewing their place. So let's take a look at this FourSquare, the mobile app. There's an opportunity to make some money and build a list, and let's go over to the Internet Time Machine and see what it says.
Hey everybody, it's Kurt. Let's take a look. This is FourSquare, and as you can see, it is for almost every mobile device or phone. And you load it up on your device. You're able to tell your friends where you're at. You're able to see where your friends have been. You're able to see what other users are saying about geographical areas near you, restaurants, concerts, museums. You're able to kind of give it a review. It's kind of like a next generation Yelp, a real-time Yelp, if you would call it that. It's getting very popular, so let's check something out here. Let's make sure we do our Google Trends check on FourSquare, and if we go down to 2010, massive spike. This is demand, massive, massive demand going on and growing. As more mobile phones are sold, this application will become more and more popular. So we have some interesting stuff there. Let's take a look at FourSquare in Google for a second here, so I wanted to show you was pretty interesting, and you'll see it's got 8.4 million results. News comes up, Twitter, and there's one link, and it's actually just a blog post. Is FourSquare useful? And he's obviously paying money to bring people to his write-up of FourSquare. So there's only one person using the actual word on this massive trend. Let me just close this down for you. And I was going to take a look real quick at, I go into Google keyword tool to see who's using FourSquare, and what I do is I set it here less than 25 cents a click. So you can see that FourSquare badges, which is what you get by using the name, 14,000, almost 15,000 global searches, 5-cent clicks. FourSquare mobile, 5-cent clicks. FourSquare API, 5-cent clicks. FourSquare badge, 6,000 searches. No one's competing on this. There's tons of volume and no competition in the FourSquare area. So you say, well, what do I do with this? Well, let's check the Internet Time Machine and see if there's any trends that are going up with not a lot of supply. And we went down to the micro trends. We dropped down from our main trends. We found 10 listings of what people are searching for about FourSquare, yet don't have a lot of supply, meaning you could rank very well for these. So let's take a quick look at what the phrases are. And you can see it's FourSquare Apple badge, which is one of the hardest badges to get after doing research in FourSquare. Foursquare app wiki, Foursquare apparel, Foursquare app Facebook for BlackBerry, Foursquare app review. There's a chance for a review site. Dennis Crowley of Foursquare about Facebook, Facebook app for Windows Mobile, and Facebook app rules. Now notice rules are coming up, meaning people are looking for what are the rules and the tips. Now here's a great opportunity to build out a site to collect an email list. So if I go over to, let's go over to Google itself and take a look at, let's just go over to Google and see, let's do Foursquare tips. You can see that there's only 2.5 million results. Here's some tips to unlock secret badges, 6 tips for getting the most out of Foursquare from Mashable, TechCrunch. No one advertising on this. So you could put together a quick PDF report on 10, 20 tips, the rules, the secret insider tips to Foursquare, and advertise it right here. 5 cents a click. I bet your conversions would be off the charts, and you'd be building a list of people that use Foursquare and to local businesses. So if I'm a member of the Internet Time Machine, I can go over to our SEPCon and build my free report on Foursquare. And I'll just type in a square and see if there's any articles or posts out there about Foursquare online. So it's going to search the world for Foursquare information. And then I can go over to my Tube Samurai, which is part of the Gold and Platinum package. And this is going to search YouTube for videos about Foursquare. And I can get in touch with the authors or anyone else out there. Let's do it by people, Foursquare. So that's going to go out into the world and look for Foursquare videos. And then of course I can use SEPCon, which is our email list builder, and looks for JV partners, and just type in Foursquare to see sites, websites, blogs that have to do with Foursquare that I could team up with, have them put a post about my new product, or even advertise on to build a list. So I'm going to search through those, and while that is searching the world, I'm going to go back to my email, my product creator, SEPCon, and I'm just going to look at some of the articles monetizing social media. Let's say we want to create a report, 3 social media marketing tools you should be using, which would be a great name for the report. Let's see, monetizing social media would be an interesting report for people that were interested in Foursquare. And you can, of course, write your own Foursquare information, growth in social media. Now, SandGen is great because I can generate the free report. I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'll call it Foursquare. Save. And I can generate even an opt-in page that I was just talking about building a list from. And we'll call it 4S. It'll be on my desktop. And it's going to ask me for a headline. And we'll say 10 great social media Foursquare tips. Something like that. And I'll hit OK. And as you can see, what we created is here's our Foursquare free report. It's a social media, free report monetizing social media with author cited, and you can make this into a PDF. You could make this into just an online report as a Microsoft Word document. It's already written for you, author cited. And then if I also go back to my created opt-in page that I could advertise on Google, 10 great social media Foursquare tips. This report includes these 3 articles. Here's your email and address. And we could go back and check our Tube Samurai, and we'll see we found 50 videos so far about Foursquare, and Tube Samurai allows me to select the authors I want to talk to, subscribe, send friend invites, direct message, and I could also go into SEPCon, and look, and I've already found now, what are we up to? 270 Foursquare type pages, contact informations for sites that are into Foursquare, and 8 email addresses over here that I could contact people about building a product, building a tip sheet, or even I have a tip sheet, could you promote it, something like that, or getting some advertising. So a wide open trend. Now if you head over to the membership side right now, we're going to show you 2 other applications that are moving up the mobile phone app directory that you could also do this technique for, and be able to build a list and go to businesses and say, I have a list of 20,000 people from the Chicago area that use Foursquare. Do you want to advertise? Would you like to send something? Send a coupon to it? Do an affiliate offer? You build a tremendously powerful list for maybe $50 total between the website and getting the report done. So check out FourSquare, do your research, and there's just some ideas that you could work on. Talk to you later.